Hello fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome. Well, today's the last day for the epic videos on the US West DLC. We're going to be going to location 20. I'm going to catch those last 3 epics for you all. But before I get started, let me ask a favor. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. If these videos have helped you, give me a thumbs up. About 80% of you haven't subscribed to my channels that watch my videos. And it would be very helpful if you smash that subscribe button for me. And also, while I'm at it, if you haven't checked out Steve Rees or Substatica, go check out their channels as well. They do a lot of great videos for real VR fishing. And I'll leave a link to their videos in the description. So, let's go ahead and head out to location 20 and catch those last 3 epics. Okay, well here we are on location 20. Let me bring up my Fishopedia here, and we'll go over the game plan. So on this location, we have the Opah. The depth on that one is going to be on the bottom, and I'm going to use a crawfish for that. Another method is to use the crankbait. And actually, the only reason I'm going to use the crawfish is because I'm going to be going after 2 at the same time. If you're just trying to get the Opah, you could probably use the crankbait and just reel it in fast, because when you reel it in fast, it goes straight to the bottom. And there's not too many fish. I think there's like 2 or 3 other fish in this location that will go after the crankbait. And none of them are on the bottom. They're all, well, except chub mackerel is on all 3 levels. But the other 2 are going to be on the top or the middle section. So you got a good chance of skipping out on those. You'll probably catch some chub mackerel as well. But yeah, so reeling out, or casting them out and reeling it in fast with the crankbait will help with that Opah. But I'm going to go ahead and do crawfish for now. I might switch later, because that'll get me both the parrotfish and the Opah. Now the parrotfish is on top, so one of the other things that I could do is I could probably fish the middle. That way I'm trying to target the fish that are on the bottom and the fish that are on top, so I have Opah and parrotfish both, because this will swim down to it and the Opah will swim up to it. So I might fish the middle for a while and give that a go. If I want to, I can just fish the very top to go for the parrotfish. But yeah, I'll probably fish the middle and try to attract both of them. And then last is the striped Seaperch. This one, it only has one favorite bait, which is krill. So that's a no-brainer. We'll be going with the krill on that one and fishing right into the middle depth there. So I already have my large bobber on and a crawfish. And it looks like my line is already set to the middle depth. So if I pick it up, you can change the depth of your line by pressing your thumbstick up and down. So if I press it down, you can see it'll go down to the lower depth. If I press it up once, it'll go to the middle. Up again, it's on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and fish it in the middle for a while, give that a go, and see if I can catch either one of those fish on this depth. So I'm going to go ahead and cast out for a few casts, and I'll bring you back when I get one on the line. See some bubbles. There's some bubbles over there. Overcast it here. Fill it up into where the bubbles were about at. And they're way over there now, but it did turn red. So we'll see if those bubbles come jetting back to it. They might. And they didn't. But caught something else there, though. Well, we'll see what we got on the line. I've changed it up a little bit. I'm now fishing one round, going from the left to the right with the crawfish, and then I switch it back. Yep, we caught one of them. And then I switch it to the krill. That way I'm not passing on any epics that might be out there on the krill. So trying to speed up the process a little bit, since everything is going to be on the bait. Alright, that was a big one. It's not my biggest one, but it's a pretty good size. Well, there's our parrotfish. We'll go ahead and keep him. Yeah, get my money back up there. Alright, so now that I've caught the parrotfish, which is the top fish, I can actually go ahead and bring it down to the bottom by pressing my thumbstick down. And now I can just target any bubbles that I see. Don't see any bubbles out there right now. So what I'm going to do is, again, start from there, cast out, go about 10, 15 feet over, cast out, and so on and so forth. Alright. Start over here and work my way around. And as soon as I get something on the line, I'll bring you back. So bubbles out there. I might be close enough to them. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It did turn red. It took it a minute. Bubbles did go after it, so it's probably not a favorite bait. So it would be considered like a yellow fish. And we got our shark. There it is. I knew I'd get a shark. I always get a shark. Doesn't look like it's a great white though. If you are searching for great whites though, location 20 is probably the best location to get it. Scott Sublet on the Facebook page. His name is Doccincian Game. Has done a lot of research on catching sharks, and you've probably seen my video with me fishing with him catching my first great white, and we actually caught it here on location 20. I'll actually put a link in the top right corner here so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a great video. I'll also throw a link in the description as well. But yeah, he's done a lot of research, and this is his favorite location to catch great whites. So if you're trying to get those great white sharks, if you haven't gotten it yet, come here and try out his fish buffet method. Shouldn't take you too long to get a great white after doing that. We'll bring this guy in. I've noticed that I catch a lot more sharks. Then it could be just because I use bait a lot. But I catch a lot more when I'm using bait than I do when I'm using lures. I don't know if that's just coincidence or if it's a fact. Yeah, I've noticed that. Because I've fished for an hour before with a lure catching different fish and not gotten a shark. And then as soon as I switch to bait, going after a different fish or something like that, especially if I'm on krill. But I use krill a lot for catching different epics. And I've noticed that when I switch to bait, that I seem to get a shark on the line more often than I do when I'm on lure. But like I said, could just be coincidence, because I do use bait a lot when I'm catching these epics. There's only a few that I use a lure. Especially I like to use a lure if they like the spinners. That one, especially if there's spinners on the top, I just cast it out and bring it in really fast. And just like this Opah, if I don't catch it on the crawfish here for a while, I will switch to the lure, crankbait it on the bottom, reeling in really fast. That'll probably get me the Opah pretty quickly. Takes so much longer to get these in the last few seconds. He's a big old guy. It's not my best, but he's a big one. Hey, that'll get me back up to my 300,000. So there we go. All right, let's keep fishing and try to get this these last two epics, I should say. So, all right, I'll bring you back when I have something on the line. Let's go after those bubbles. Way overcasting it. It's okay. I'm going to reel it right through its swimming path. There we go. See the bubbles coming back after it. Oh, it's a small splash. It's not going to be our Opah. Maybe we'll catch a great white. Oh, not a great white, but it is a shark. I don't think it's a great white. Looks pretty small. Dang it. Well, it could be. It might be a great white. Could be a mako. It's kind of small for a great white, though. Maybe I just got a small great white. It's not a 6 gill, I know that. Oh yeah, it is a great white. Cool. It's a small great white, though. That's okay. Hey, like I said, location 20. This is if you want to catch great whites. This is the place to catch them. Right here in location 20. Seems to be the hot spot for great whites. And that just proves it right there. I've done all the locations doing my epic fishing and haven't gotten a great white. Come out here to location 20. And I hooked one. See how long it's taken me to bring it in though? And it didn't go very far out. Just seems like you can just reel and reel and reel and reel and it doesn't hardly move. It still takes the same amount of time. Whether or not it's way out there or way up front here. It's crazy. Hopefully they get that fixed. It shouldn't take you this long to bring in a shark when it's this close already. Wore him out. He's tired. I feel jump right here. That'd be cool if he jumped this close. I don't think it's gonna happen. Looks like he's too close. We're down to our final few inches. Almost there. Reach out maybe. I don't know why it's like that on this very end. The great white. Woohoo! Alright, let's release him. Watch the big old shark swim away. And we'll keep on going. There we go. I went right across those bubbles there. Have my lure on here, the crankbait. Switch to that from the crawfish. Cover a little bit more surface area that way. Because you can overcast it and then bring it in right along the bottom. Or when you're using the crankbait, or the, when you're using the regular bait, you're casting it out and you're hitting specific locations, and then you got a radius around it where you'll attract the fish. But with the crankbait, I'm actually being able to attract it not only around the radius, but all the way back to the boat. So yeah, allows you to hit a little bit more area that way. And there he is, the Opah. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and release him. Catch him another day. All right. What do we got left here? Oops. Striped sea perch. It's in the middle. going to be using a krill. I've been going back and forth between krill and crawfish, trying to catch this guy. So unfortunately there's no lure for him, so I'm going to go ahead and switch back to bait fishing or float fishing. Oh, looks like I had the krill on already. And start casting around and try to catch it. And since it's in the middle, I'm just going to leave my lure right there in the middle. And there's the top. Press down once, I'm in the middle. Alrighty, and I'll bring you back when I get them on the line. Okay, there we go. Brought it into about the 300 mark. Let it drift for a second. Don't want any runners. Alright, let's cast it out here a little bit. Let it drift for a second. Alright, there we go. I'm letting it drift for just a little bit. I was doing the immediate retrieve if it wasn't turning red immediately. I wasn't getting anything, so I thought maybe if I let it drift, and now I'm starting to get some of the ones that are the favorite on the krill. There's a small splash. There we go. First splash, no shark. We can get a second splash without a shark. Okay, there we go. No shark. Bring this guy in and see what we got. Hopefully we have that epic on here. Aha! There we go. Alright, so to catch this guy, when you have the krill on there, make sure you let it drift for just a few seconds. Don't quick retrieve it. Let it drift for a few seconds, because I had been fishing for like 2 hours and I was casting out there. If I didn't get a bite, I was quick retrieving it, just like I've done on all the other ones. And so I decided to let it drift on this one, and by letting it drift, I changed it probably 15 minutes ago, 10-15 minutes ago, and within that 10 or 15 minutes I finally caught it by just letting it drift for a second. So there you go. I will keep him. So I need some more money. And there we have it. Got all the epics on all the locations. So hopefully this will help you find all those epics that you're after. And I have lots of videos down there. If you want to find other epics, go through my list of epics that I have on my channel and try to catch the ones that you need. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give me a thumbs up on here if this helped you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.